Going no contact with a narcissistic parent is far more complex and painful than going no contact with a narcissistic partner. Why? Well, you're not just going no contact with a person, you're going no contact with a lifetime of programming. You're going no contact with the role that you were supposed to play in their life, the role of the emotional stabilizer, the therapist, the fixer, and the savior. You're going no contact with the belief system that was forced on you. You're going no contact with the guilt that you still carry as a burden. You're going no contact with a deep sense of obligation and all of those fears that haunt you. You're going no contact with a cult because narcissistic abuse is a team sport. I've been personally through this process and I can tell you it's not easy at all, and it takes immense strength to fight back because that narcissist and their minions do not stop until they are left with no options except letting you go. To make the process of distancing yourself from that narcissistic demon easier for you, we are going to discuss 6 ways a narcissistic parent reacts when you go no contact. Stay until the very end of this episode because I'm going to give you a ton of examples and I am going to teach you what to do in each case. Number 1, they will make relentless attempts to reconnect with you. When a narcissistic parent knows you know, and when they know you have seen through them, their predatory intuition awakens and they try everything they can to stop you from separating and individuating. They call you, they bombard you, blast you with unlimited texts, calls, emails. You are spammed from every member who enables them. If nothing works, they drop letters at your doorstep, always trying to get you back, always trying to manipulate you, always trying to make their presence known to you. They may say things like, "How long will you keep ignoring me? The more you ignore me, the more I'll show up. The more you'll block me, the more I'll try to contact you." This is what my mother told me. "Oh, how many times will you keep disconnecting my call? I'll keep calling you until I make you pick up. Next time, if you do not pick up my call, I will teach you a lesson." I am talking from my experience. They attack you. They try to get that control back because they are predators and their rage comes out. They become really fierce, really difficult to deal with when you start setting boundaries because you can't have any boundaries with them. The more you will say no to them, the more they will feel challenged. So they will use every occasion, every situation they can to intervene into your life. I'm talking about your child's birthday. The child will get a card from your parent or that narcissistic family saying, "Oh, I have a gift for you. If your parents allow us to see you, we'll give that gift to you." Or they may send cards manipulating, or they may send clothes for your pet. I mean, these small things to derail you, to tell you that we are not gone and we don't care about your boundaries. We are here. Number 2, they will blame your rescuer, the person who may be supporting you in your healing journey. That person may be your spouse or a therapist. It may not be even a person, it may be social media. That narcissistic parent will say things like, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You're mentally ill." Your spouse is trying to isolate you from your family because they are jealous of your relationship with us. They do not want you to have anybody in your life so that they can control you openly. Your spouse is trying to take financial advantage of you, which is why they want us to be gone. They want to steal away your money or they want to steal away your assets. They will project the things they intend to do with you, making your spouse, your therapist, or social media their secondary scapegoat. Narcissists very well know how to play the blame game and how not to take responsibility for the things they have actually done. In this situation, though, they want to be seen as your friend, which is why that third person is labeled as demonic, as crazy, as controlling, manipulative, jealous, or envious. And in reality, all of those labels are projections and confessions of that narcissist and their enablers. Why does that narcissistic parent blame your partner or your supporter and not you? Because they have programmed you to enable their ego. It is impossible for them to think that their programming is not working anymore, because they see themselves through your eyes. Oh, they are a great parent. What are you even talking about? I tried my best. And it's not your problem. I'm the same parent. We have the same relationship. The connection has been disrupted by the entry of that third person. Therefore, they must be removed from your life, and you will act in same ways you were programmed to act. Number 3, to play a covert game with you, that narcissistic parent will act like nothing has happened. Oh, why don't you visit me? They'll pray for you if they're a religious narcissist and they know how to weaponize the concept of God and they know God matters in your life. Oh, we're always waiting for you. We're always wanting to see you. Oh, when will you come? And so is waiting. My health is deteriorating and I may not be here. And then you will feel guilty for abandoning me. Come visit before I die. That is what you will hear from them. And if nothing works, they will show up at your place unannounced. If you take a stand for yourself and your family and ask them, what part of I don't want to see you didn't you understand? That narcissistic parent, father or mother will become the victim of their circumstances. Oh, my son, my daughter, see, they are kicking me out of their house. What have I done? What have I done? They'll ask you this again and again. What have I done to deserve this? What did I do? Because in their eyes, they're a good parent. There is nobody like them. They won't care about your discomfort because that is what they want. They want a reaction out of you. They want you to confront them. They want you to fight them to make them feel powerful again. And they're extremely shameless. They won't leave. They'll make themselves home and say, do whatever you have to. I'm not leaving my grandchildren. I'm not leaving. I'm your mother. I'm your father. And it's my right to see you. It's my right to live with you. You can't do anything about it. 4, they will confront you, but these confrontations will be extremely dramatic and exhausting. They may set traps for you by infiltrating your inner circles. I'm talking about your close friends, your colleagues, anybody who can assist them in getting control back. And that is when they corner you. For example, they may get you on a call with your best friend and then may secretly listen to the conversation where that best friend will be trying to make you understand why you need to reestablish contact with your mother and how you need to please your father and why you should do it and not abandon your family and so on. They'll be listening and then may suddenly pop up and start crying, and it'll be dramatic. They'll pull out that mental list and say, all of that for this, everything I did to get this. And they might create a situation where you will be forced to react to their drama. You may grey rock them, agree with them, say nothing, but they won't stop until they get a reaction from you. And that's why it's so complex. They'll keep saying the same thing. They'll follow the same script. And if you, by any chance, take a stand for yourself and speak the truth, they'll go crazy. How dare you? Don't you fear God? How are you talking to your mother? How are you talking to your father? Is this how you deal with your family? Have you lost all that respect for your family? Am I no one to you? Okay, fine, leave me, abandon me. Go tell everybody you're nobody to us. Go announce it publicly. Fine, if that is how it is, that is how it is. It's my bad luck. I'll deal with it. They will victimize themselves. They will put themselves down. Oh, poor me, especially a covert, vulnerable narcissist. My mother did it all the time. speaking from experience. Woe is me, fine, you're the bad kid, you're the bad person who is not attending any functions, who has nothing to do with the relationships. They'll do everything to make the third party, that person, think, oh, you are not a great person, you have no morals, you don't love anybody, and you deserve to be punished. That is how they may try to guilt trip you to win you back. They will want you to hold them accountable, only to justify their actions through elaborate stories. They'll twist information, create narratives that have no meaning whatsoever, make you think you're remembering things in a wrong way. My mother would tell me all the time, oh, that didn't happen. You are not remembering it the way it happened, and so on. You know how gaslighting works. In the beginning, I would fall for it, but then later on I said, no, I know what my truth is, and you do not need to tell me what happened and what did not happen. That will set them on fire. You speaking truth to a narcissist will burn them, and they might hang up on you. They might guilt trap you. They will trigger the same abandonment trauma that you once struggled with, so that your inner child goes to them and tries to reconcile, tries to make sure your mommy or your daddy is doing okay. They will intentionally push your buttons, which is why in every situation that I have explained so far, you have to remain calm. You have to think about the consequences and do not give in. Do not let those urges shape your behavior or inform your decision-making process. Number 5, they will give you absolute silence, unexpected of a narcissistic parent, especially after an intense episode of confrontation. They'll abandon you, won't talk to you, disappear, stonewalling, silent treatment. Nobody, like you might worry, are they alive? You might send in letters, you might ask your relatives, nobody knows nothing, nobody's talking to you. And that is what might trigger real abandonment. That is what might make you feel vulnerable and make you think you have done something horrible. But understand, you haven't. This is the time of punishment. They know this might work on you and might make you fawn. They want you to fawn. They want you to fix the relationship, which is something that you definitely do not have to do. My father did it. My mother didn't give up on me so easily, but my father went absolute silent on me. Only showed up when he wanted to extract money. I've only talked a couple of times in years with him, and I can tell you, every single call started with, what about money? Can you send some money in? We need money. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. 6th and the last thing, wrath of their inner demon. When nothing works, a narcissist will rage at you, and I'm not talking about any rage, I'm talking about extreme rage. They'll curse you and say things like, I hope your kids do the same thing that you did to us. I hope you suffer alone. I hope you find nobody to support you in your old age. They'll say all sorts of things. They might even take your name off from their will. You may get nothing in inheritance, and that is okay. Your biggest inheritance is your stability, your peace, and your healing. That is what you should run away with. Rest doesn't matter. If possible for them, they might use legal system against you. They might file a complaint against you with the police and report you missing. They may create trouble intentionally to take revenge. Yes, that's who they become. They may ask for the money they might have spent on your education. They might want their car back. They might want everything back, revealing their true desires, showing that you were seen as an investment. They had given you a loan and you were expected to repay it with interest. They will create a new identity, the ostracized parent, the disconnected parent. Oh, my son, my daughter, they don't want to do anything with me. They'll join groups online. They will try to make professionals reach out. Again, at this point, they'll do everything to villainize you, to demonize you. Of course, they will create a story of their own. They'll say the same thing to everybody they meet to gain their sympathy. At this point, they may also collapse because they had planned to vicariously live through you. They were parasitically depending on you. You were their host, and now that you have left, they are squirming. There is no food, no supply whatsoever. They may try to look for a replacement, but won't find any because you were the premium supply, the grade A supply. All of this happened to me. I have experienced it in the same sequence I explained it to you. And I can tell you it's a very painful experience to go through. That's why I have created a program called Heal After Surviving a Narcissistic Parent, which will help you understand how you got traumatized as a child, how you have been programmed to repeat the same patterns in your adult relationships, and how you can heal yourself to become whole again. If you want instant access to that program, click the link in bio, and I will talk to you in the next one. Until then, as always, let the healing begin and continue.